Hey y'all, it's Natalie from Delightfully Crafty here today with a cherry on top, and it's Technique Tuesday. This month we are focused on dry embossing. So I have pulled out this super fun emoji embossing folder from my stash, and I'm going to use it with the Whatevs collection and this gorgeous paper pad from Crafters Consortium. It's called Retro Summer, and it has all these really beautiful rainbow papers in it. And so, or just like mixed media, lots of ombre, totally my jam. I'm flipping through to find the perfect rainbow page, and I'm kind of just putting my photos on there to see kind of what they go best with. And I decide on this last one that's in the book. And I have these 4 photos of my son Heath and some interesting fashion choices that he has. We'll talk about that in a second. So I am using some smooth white cardstock to emboss with my embossing folder. I'm about to put it in, and then I'm like, wait, I have to do one thing. So I get my squirt bottle, okay? It's got water in it. This one's on its last leg, so I go and I get another one real quick. But basically, I am just doing a very fine, small squirt or spritz of water before I put my paper in the embossing folder to run through my big shot, because that keeps the paper from being too dry and kind of ripping or tearing when the embossing alters the paper. And it's just the perfect thing, and it does dry really quick, and it doesn't like cause the paper to rip. You just barely wet it, but it also keeps the paper from being too dry and like cracking or something. That's what most likely it won't rip. It'll sometimes crack though, especially if you're using like a white core based cardstock with a color on top. That will also like crack and show through. So I use my little contour tool to just like distress the edges, rip off the top and bottom, and now I'm gonna distress the other 2 edges. And I like that the embossing folder added this really fun look to this plain white cardstock. And so the white cardstock allows me to kind of give a break to the viewer's eye from the really busy background paper of a bunch of colors we have going on, and then the pretty busy photos. And so we get to see that nice plain white, but then we just give it a little bit of embossing, and that just adds interest without being too much to look at. And then it allows me to add on all these fun, bright colored ephemera pieces from the Whatevs collection by American Crafts. So I'm telling the story of how Heath is very vibrant in his fashion choices, and he does not care if I say they don't match. It's pink and it's pink, so it matches. It's green and it's green, so it matches. Oh my. And so he won't be hearing anything else. He won't hear of it. So you can see there, especially the one where he's wearing his favorite shirt, which I think I've scrapbooked this recently. Also, he got matching shirts for him and his dad, and it's this hideous parrot really ugly printed shirt, and it's pink. And then he matched it with like these bright neon pink shorts the other day, and I'm just like, you know what, like I give up with you, kid. So once I added on the ephemera pieces, I realized that there was a lot of pops of black, and I really always do love to pair black with rainbow a lot of times. I think it really looks nice. And so since there were a lot of pops of black in the die cuts, I definitely thought that was a good idea. So I grab another piece of black cardstock, and adding that extra layer really did do something. It really makes the page have a lot more oomph. So now I'm adding another layer to the photos and backing them all with some pink cardstock. I even included the photo of Heath in his Halloween costume because the kid is wild. I will have to stop him from wearing that out of the house. Like, no, this is not an appropriate outfit to wear in public when it's not Halloween. Like, maybe wear it as pajamas because it's really cozy and comfy. But man, he cracks me up. He says, he marches to the beat of his own drummer for sure. And he's like a theater kid for sure too. And so, wearing costumes out in public, it all tracks really. So this Whatevs ephemera is very snarky, and it is not always necessarily like upbeat or positive, which worked out for this layout. Although I did not choose a few of the pieces just because I was like, oh, is that too mean? I don't want to be too mean. And please trust that he is not offended by this. I'm not bursting his bubble. He is going to march to the beat of his own drummer no matter what. So this is just like a funny little commentary on his style. But I am using some of like the negative pieces of the not negative, like in a bad way. So you can see like the little heart piece that I've used there up above the pink outfit photo. It's just the negative from where you pop out the ephemera heart. But it just adds a little bit of color, and it just kind of gives me a little something to drape over the corner of the photo. Same with the little frame over there on the right and the left. I did use my cherry foam tape to pop up the like quote main photo. It was a cute photo of him. He's looking cute in this picture for real. But he loves like a good jean jacket. He feels real cool when he wears a jean jacket. He's funny. I mean, it's not all like about how his style is always like a little wild, but he just knows what he likes. He knows what he thinks looks cool. And so that's what the journaling is going to be about. Like you can see on the left picture, he's wearing tie-dye, some wild shorts, and then some completely non-color matching tall socks. Tall socks are all the rage, right? So I'm just trying to put some of the like verbal ephemera around now. And some of the pieces are acetate, so they're a little bit clear. So I'm trying to put them on maybe some negative space in the photo so you can read what they say. I thought about using the word yikes, but I was like, oh, that does seem mean. And so I set that aside for maybe something else where we're not being mean, where we're talking about like, oh, yikes, this was a unfortunate event or something like that. The alphas from this collection are also super fun, and they're just kind of like a bunch of different colors. So I have used those to create my title, which is "You've Got Style?" ? Which, to be fair, he looks very similar to a lot of the kids that I see getting out of the car at school and things like that. You know, he's definitely not like getting teased at school for his fashion sense. I'll say that. They're all similar. And also the clothes have to be comfy. If you'll notice, I think in every single photo, he's wearing like comfy clothes, like besides the jean jacket, because to me, that's constricting. But I mean, to be fair, he probably gets all of this completely honestly from me, right? He's so fun. So I'm just kind of putting the pieces around, layering them up, adding extras to the page. And then like once I kind of get them on there, I realize like I love the background paper. It's super beautiful, but with just this one rectangle of something to look at, it's feeling it needs a little bit more. So I decide to add a little piece up at the top to like a cluster, to be another like element to draw your attention. I'm going to do the opposite of what we have here. So I'm going to dry emboss the black cardstock with the same embossing folder with the emojis on it, and then lay that atop of a piece of white cardstock. And I'll put that in the top right corner. And so that way the dry embossing really gets a chance to shine, because it will be noticeable on, you know, without like the photos covering it up. But I just love that just little detail. I feel like it really elevates the details on the page, and you can tell like we put thought into it, and everything's really cohesive, because the vibe of the collection, if you will, is kind of a little chaotic. It's like whimsical, teenager-ish, if you will, even though I would totally use this in a collection for myself, because I'm totally embracing all the style right now. Is really a throwback to like kind of when I was in middle school. So I'm here for that. And that is what this feels like, this collection, Whatevs. It's a super fun, bright, vibrant collection. Really great for a youthful feeling page. It does not have to be used for youths, but the vibe is youthful, which I love. So like, look at that one. It says moody little cutie. 100% I have a pouting photo from Lachlan that will be perfect for. So I hope you guys are inspired with the way I used my embossing folders on this layout. That is the theme for this Technique Tuesday. And then I hope you like the little tip with spritzing your paper, because that is something that will really help to make sure that your embossed pieces really look good on your page. I mean, if you want them to crack, there might be a distressed look that you're going for, and you might not want to wet your paper, but wetting your paper just with the smallest, lightest spritz of water will keep the, it mostly works for like cardstock, you know, like a thick cardstock. It will keep that from kind of cracking under the pressure in the embossing folder. And also just don't put too much pressure. Like make sure you're using the correct sandwich or whatever you're using for your die cut machine. That's another good tip for ensuring that you get the best look out of your embossing folders. By the way, this one, I'm sorry, but it is like a really old one from my stash. So I don't have a link to that one in the store, but you can find all kinds of fun embossing folders if you don't already have some from your own stash in the Cherry on Top store. So check out those links down below. And here are the final shots. You can also see them in my gallery, and I think they might be in the blog today as well. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you like this, you can hop on over to see more at my channel, Natalie Dill at Delightfully Crafty. Thanks for watching, y'all. Bye.